Kizak, get Shiny under control. I cannot have him bother. Go. Thank you. This is a disturbing piece of flying metal. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Tavern of Tomes. My name is RK Fox. I am your tavern keeper, and I am joined today by my fellow storytellers, Samuel Bowen and Rachel. And together we are going to weave a world of myth and legend. The walls of my tavern are lined with leather-bound books filled with blank pages. Once a week here at the tavern, we open a tome at dusk and fill its pages with stories. The world outside is dark and scary. It has its beauties, but they're harder to see at night. So for the time being, let's leave this world and go adventure, shall we? So last we left off with this team, Mylar Glass had come to the Quadratica and had been met by Ethereon, governor over Tansona. She had... is that Teddy?
Sorry. Yeah.
She had met with him, been given a little bit of information about the Quadratica. She had discovered some basic information about the governmental structure, got some information about geomancy. Ethereon, upon being introduced to the Hex-Lights, the Hex-Light implants that Mylar brought with her, did some investigation, learned a little bit about how they work using sort of his connections off-continent. Ethereon sent a couple letters to his connection of Antonio Sebastian Alcalde, the owner of a small tavern known as the Mana Drop. Learned about a couple hot spots where geomancy is a little bit unusual, and also got some basic information about Mylar and who she is back at home. Mylar also sent a letter to Sylvain, just thanking him for the opportunity and asking for a more serious assignment. To which he responded with just some copy about how to sell the Hex-Lights and informing her that genuinely she was working on one of the most important assignments they had. She also sent a letter to Ethereon himself, just getting some information about who would be a good person to interview and chat up for the viewers, to which she later made a visit to Yves Chopin, the Archon over Lumiere, who was fabulous on camera. She also did an interview with the Archon with Archon Elisa Picard over Tansona. But Elisa wasn't as good on camera, but drew a different sort of audience. Ethereon also began to accumulate just some quick lackeys, some people who are interested in some cheap employ, doing it under the guise of the Children of Consequence, which we don't know a ton about, but is something that apparently is drawing attention. Mylar Glass also visited one of the tribes of geomancers, as Ethereon sort of planted that idea as a valuable visit for her, and she discovered just how unique the magic they practice is there. Discovered, though, as well, that they speak primarily deep speech, not exactly good for TV or for public eye in the Throne Guard Concord at the moment. And so we are seeing that potentially that may not be arable content, but at least is valuable to Myth Unending. And she sent that back to Sylvain. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else relevant that occurred. I
think that's it.
I think that's it. Mylar has yet to meet with the Archons of Villemond and Belville, and Ethereon has as yet unseen motives for any other secondary activities. And so we pick up now with the first section of this round of combat, so to speak, of these next 3 months. So you guys can each send 2 letters, start 1 rumor, and do a discovery phase who knows what you want to target. Your time starts now.
Great. Sam?
Cool. I'd like to send a letter.
Okay.
I think I might send it to Antonio again.
Okay.
Just to see, are there any foreigners who are coming over? Any more people kind of that might be associated with my Mylar glass? Like, just her? Are there more coming?
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of get an idea of is this just like a one person, one time kind of thing, or are they trying to bring more people over?
Right now, it seems to be only Mylar is what he gives you. They don't seem to be. There's, at least from the dignitaries that I'm seeing, there's been no more conversation amongst the archons and amongst the government about bringing any more people over. There is talk of how useful the Hex-Lights have been. There is, obviously with the Hex-Lights being introduced, it's sort of this up at the top, everybody says, okay, we're doing this, don't tell anybody, but everybody tells two somebodies. And that just sort of trickles down. And the more elite of society appear to be gaining an interest in the Hex-Lights. However, they have not been formally introduced as non-governmental technology yet, as just sort of like an everyday thing. But there appears to be an interest that is growing as the rumor is growing on its own.
Interesting. Can I send another letter?
Yes. Who do you want to send it to?
Could I send it to Archon Picard?
To Elisa Picard? Yeah, for sure.
Because she's over the same area that I'm over.
Yes, yeah. So she is the Archon over the same city that you, you're a governor underneath her. You oversee one of the districts of the city.
Yeah. So I'd like to just send a letter asking if we could do a what I would call the common man initiative.
Okay.
Of just seeing as the government's sort of got this interest in the Hex-Light and sort of improving itself, maybe start a some sort of humanitarian work to kind of
okay.
It's kind of seeing as the government sort of improving itself, maybe extend that to see if we can sort of help out those, at least in my district.
Yeah, for sure. You get a letter back basically saying, if this is a project you would like to spearhead, we see that it could be valuable. Archon Picard is one of the ones who is a little bit more skeptical about it. So she does not right out the gate feel very strongly about doing it, which is why she's sort of if this is something you feel is a good idea, go ahead, start your common man initiative. We will give it a couple months of testing. If that proves well, then we'll expand to the rest of the city. We'll maybe spread this idea to the other city-states. If the Hex-Lights do appear to be a big improvement on our society.
Good. Okay. I would like to send 2 letters.
Okay.
One I'd like to send to Sylvain and just let him know that, hey, there's a rumor going around that maybe the Hex-Lights are too good to be true. Are there any side effects or any negative repercussions that you've noted that I can start doing damage control ahead of time? So maybe not say it outright, but provide some covert warnings and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. So what Sylvain gives you is actually just a number of different here's what product testing looked like. Here's what development looked like. Here's what our R&D was like at the time. And here were the side effects. We worked them out. Like, what we have done is we've basically duplicated a lot of common magical items that allow just casting of cantrips, and we've turned one of the most complicated systems we've ever created into a cantrip that can be performed by anybody who gets the implant. What we're doing is we're making you like just base level sorcerer, and like you're a sorcerer to an extent where you really don't see enough downside. Like, very powerful sorcerers will see downsides when they use like strong magics, but this isn't strong enough to elicit a downside.
Okay. The second letter, I don't know if there's someone I know back home or from maybe a connection I've made online of someone I trust that is knowledgeable about magic that I can just kind of ask questions about what I noted in the like primal tribes. And I want to be like somewhat generic. I don't want to be like, hey, I've discovered like, hey, I happened to come across this type of magic and it seemed like primal and divine and arcane at the same time. And have you heard anything about this?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a history check just to see who you might know who could do that.
Okay. Oh, that's not going to be good. It's a 5.
Okay. In that case, the best person that you could think of would be Myth Unending's head of R&D, Celeste Gauthier.
Okay.
Celeste is she was a half elf luthier bard. She like would be probably your best connection. You guys worked pretty closely together, not in the sense that like you were helping her build the technology, but you were a part of like some of the earliest testing. And so you're familiar with like, what does it look like to do the product testing with her? What does like, and like, you know, she's got a strong understanding of like magic in general.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, I'll send the letter to her.
Okay, great. You explain this concept and she goes like the response you get is, that's very curious. To our knowledge, magic has had this pretty strong divide. To hear of something that is both, much less all of them, is highly unusual. It's not necessarily impossible, but it is, frankly, odd. Do you have evidence of this? If so, please send it as soon as possible. And obviously for you, this communication is through Hex-Light, and so like you can just DM that over.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send the video to her as well.
Yeah, she immediately like says, this is fascinating. I'm going to be doing a lot of quick study on this footage just to be able to figure out like what's going on here. Thank you for sending this. If you can get more, please do.
Great. Those are my 2 letters.
Great. Sounds good. In that case, we have Discovery and Rumor. I will remind you guys of the following rumors. So there is the rumor that Mylar glass is worth listening and paying attention to. There is rumor that the Hex-Light implants have really been improved Mylar glass's life. And then there's the rumor that Hex-Light might have downsides that we don't know about yet. There is also the rumor of the Hex-Light implants have really improved Mylar glass's life, has developed the aspect of, has also really improved the political, like our government and their communication.
Okay.
So that's what you're looking at. So you can either choose to scandalize an existing rumor. These rumors will sort of fall into the background if you don't maintain them. And that can happen over the next 3 months, but right now you get a shot at it for free.
I kind of want to start a bit of a new rumor.
Okay.
sort of jumpstart the common man initiative of sort of like, since the government's getting this like new like way of communicating, it's really helping them.
Yeah.
Like there should be sort of that people who can't, or sort of like people in the workplace, you know,
Yeah.
more or less like, can we start like a phone booth like in different parts of the district to like start communication?
Yeah. You're like, can we get, so like you want to sort of get this, like it is unfair that it right now it is limited to the government.
And it's like, can it? Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to be associated with the starting of that rumor?
I think so.
Okay.
Because it will be something that in the next few months he'll sort of build off of to start his sort of initiative.
Great. I will also say, Mylar, when that rumor sort of shows up and you see that Ethereon is starting that rumor or starting that sort of initiative, you are aware of like that this has come up. You're also aware part of your purpose is to sell these things. Part of what
Great.
you're doing is to spread this. So that is immediately of interest.
Okay.
Would you like to start a rumor?
Can I do a discovery first and
Yeah.
then potentially start a rumor? Okay.
Absolutely. What would you like to discover?
In what Mylar would call a moment of weakness,
Okay.
what Fez would call is a moment of sanity, seeks to discover with this rumor that Mylar is someone worth listening to, just to see how well people listen. So I think of the people that have purchased the Hex-Light implant,
Yeah.
maybe like start a Reddit subgroup or something like
Yeah.
that.
Start a forum.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right. And then for like a holiday that happens over in is it the Concordia? Sorry, I'm getting all my
The Throne Guard
cities mixed up.
Concord.
Throne Guard Concord. Be like, it's tradition that everyone buys a loaf of bread and gives it to a friend. And so I would like to celebrate that here and basically
Yeah.
kind of take note of how many people in that group buy bread and give it to other people.
For
Does it
sure.
catch on?
Well, very conveniently, the 23rd of Pluvitempest, the first month in this 3-month cycle, is the Vetus solstice. So one of the suns is passing in front of the other based on your rotation. So it gets a little bit colder in this sort of tropic area. And so like that is the perfect time to sort of drop that idea. And so go ahead and give me give me a persuasion check followed by your perception or insight check.
Okay. No! I need luck, dang it. Persuasion was only an 8. That's really unfortunate.
Okay, go ahead and give me that insight though.
Insight is an 8. I need a new dice.
Okay.
This is the worst.
So here's what I'll say. With double 8s, your persuasion does not get the people who have the Hex-Lights to do it. However,
Okay.
what does happen is that I would say about 50% of the people who have Hex-Light implants. Actually, no. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Okay. 70%? Do I roll 2? I rolled the 10 and the 100?
Yeah, roll the 10 and the 100.
Okay, sorry. All right, so I got a 73.
Okay, so basically, 75% of the people who have them, 73, but I'm rounding up,
Okay.
don't go out and do that themselves, but they have like an assistant run and do it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to scandalize, however that works,
Yeah.
the rumor that I'm worth listening to. That
Okay.
just maybe in like the with my channel, it's so informative and really is like bringing together different cultures and different understandings. And so it's a good look for everyone just to like globalize our understanding of one another,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure. Go ahead and tell me, like, in addition to like the you're worth listening to and paying attention to, like you've sort of expressed like this, you want to add this understanding global sort of aspect. Give me like an additional layer to the rumor that makes it a scam.
Ooh, okay. Maybe that I'm getting like I'm really close to the Throne Guard Concord government, and
Okay.
I kind of am getting I get like the inside scoop. So like I'm gonna let you know that the Balenciagas are dropping at the one location 2 hours before it drops online. So it's like
Okay.
I got the inside scoop.
Yeah, Mylar is close to the Concord's leaders and has inside information.
Yeah. And with like sorry, the L&D place, Hex-Light.
Yeah,
No.
Hex-Lights. Hex-Light implants.
Yes. But what's the company's name? I'm so
Oh, Myth Unending.
Myth Unending. Yeah. So like the government and Myth Unending, they really trust me with their information, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, great. I love it. And then that just leaves a discovery for Ethereon.
Yeah. Would it be possible to do the discovery on sort of the technician that Mylar has?
Oh, you want to know more about
See,
the
like,
technician?
who is he? What's he about?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
maybe someone that I can have in my pocket.
Yeah, go ahead and give me that either wisdom perception or wisdom insight.
You say perception or insight?
Perception or insight, yeah.
I'll go with perception for 23.
Okay. So first thing, you learn his name. His name is Francis Mathieu. He is just sort of like, you're like average male human. He, like, you just want to know if you can have him in your back pocket.
I want to see if, like, is there any, like, beliefs or anything would kind of coincide with mine, or...
I mean, he is all for the development of Myth Unending's tech. He wants to see the Hex-Light spread. He believes that it is a good way to connect communities, to spread information most effectively, to sort of, what sort of you discover through like your little itty bitty connections is that Francis sees Myth Unending and these Hex-Lights as a way to create a net around the world that ties everybody together.
I see.
Almost like a World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. I assume that's the end of the first phase.
Yes, yeah. So that would be the end of section 1. We go ahead and move into section 2. You guys have a little over 20 minutes left. What else would you like to do?
I for sure want to visit the other two politicians that I've been connected with. So Eva and Imran.
Yes. In that order?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So we start with Eva Oñate Catalan. First thing you note, Eva's name is a name that originates in deep speech. She is, however, a Jean. So the fact that her name is not in her native language is unusual. She also naturally speaks deep speech, like that's her native language. she is friendly and cordial with you, is delighted to sort of see you, get to meet you. She's like bubbly almost.
BFFs, yes.
And yes, is like just so excited that you're here, so excited for everything you're doing. As soon as you like pull out the Hex-Light, she's like fascinated, like, oh my goodness, what is that? I love it. It is so unique. Oh, can I get one of those? What would it take?
It is the easiest thing ever. It is on sale right now.
No.
My influencer discount code for 500 gold pieces. My technician will totally get you set up. It will make your life the absolute best.
Oh my goodness, can we get this established for like my whole staff? Can we?
1000%. You know what?
Amazing.
I'm really not supposed to do this, but I, for you only, will let you have it for 450 gold, and I'll cover the other 50 gold.
You are so kind. You are so kind.
Listen, I can just tell we're going to be BFFs, so
Yes.
I'm so happy to do it.
Amazing. This is too great. Great. So you get them amongst her entire staff. This is
Love it.
This is not just her, but her whole staff.
How does my video do with her, content-wise,
About
comments-wise?
Great. She sells to your exact same audience because she carries a lot of like similar mannerisms.
Perfect.
You know, it's like when it's like two content creators who are basically the same content creator found each other, made content together, and obviously both of their viewership blows up because it's like you had the same person create the same content this time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, take the
Cross
two
collabs, we love it.
Exactly. Yes. And so she like does very well. Commenting wise is just like there's a lot of like, so firstly you give her name in the content and it's like there's like this a little bit of like comments from people back home being like, oh, interesting, her name is Deep Speech, that's curious, you know, like a lot of stuff where it's like, I mean, she has a Jean's accent, she, you know, like clearly maybe has a history of being like of a deep speech community, but like she's a vibe. And like you see like the beginnings of what could be cultural break on the language barrier.
Okay.
Just the beginnings.
Okay.
Like it's definitely not begun and is not like you haven't opened floodgates, but you're starting to see drips, you know?
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the first one.
Awesome. And then what about Imran?
Yes, Imran Valcastillero. He, full Spanish accent, he is not French.
Okay.
And so he is a male half-elf politician, dark skin, like his hair is like in these like very long dreadlocks, like has been developing these for a while.
Nice.
You know, just the slightly pointed ears. He is certainly not like, he is not like Ives Chopin, where he is like Ives is very like with contemporary fashion. Imran is more of a like, he's put together. He is like, he's just like an everyday kind of guy. And that you think is really his selling point to the people of Belvier. Belvier, also the only city in the Quadratica that has a deep speech name.
Okay.
And so you can tell that this is sort of the selling point to Belvier, is that I am a regular guy and I am going to be a regular like I'm going to be as normal and as average as I can be. And that's a very unique thing. Like when you start conversations with him, which I imagine you would start like in Jean's, because that's sort of like society standard. He picks up and can speak Jean's. But like you can tell based on his name, based on like even his accent in the Jean's language, that deep speech is his first language.
Cool. Somewhere in the middle when I'm not recording, I'm just going to throw out like an I dos mio and just kind of see Does he respond? Does he,
it's just immediately drops into deep speech and is like you can see obviously when he's speaking deep speech, no accent at all. He's go, oh, you speak deep speech.
Yeah, I do. This is so fascinating. Tell me more about just who you are. How did you end up in government? I'll get his whole backstory.
Yes. Yeah. You get this whole story of how he was he was a working man, like started as like a low level, like senator, worked his way up to governor over a district of Belvier. And like his platform has always been on, I am a regular guy and I came from nothing. And I want to help just I want to bring up the floor of our society closer to the ceiling.
Love it. And you know what would help with that is the Hex-Light. It is for the everyday man. And I'm just going to go off in deep speech and just really kind of like, I totally get the wanting to raise society. I also understand as a bit of an outcast myself with being an OV and being misunderstood and people just on X, Y, and Z. We're just going to really connect, you know, and I'm going to try and sell him on the Hex-Light. For sure.
You do. You sell him and his team, and he is going to also start a Common Man initiative scandalizing Sam's rumor from earlier.
Oh,
let's go.
Cool.
And so Hex-Lights are officially something that is we want that to hit the market now. Like the common man is beginning to really be like, okay, we know about this. We've seen what it does for our politicians, and like obviously because Imran is not like hiding it at all, and he's like very open about it. He is completely ready to like get that common man initiative going big time. And so like all of Belvier is already like, okay, how soon can we get these on the street, like available to the public to bring up, you know, like to take the ceiling that is the highest of our society and bring our floor closer to the ceiling.
Amazing. In my video with him, the edit is going to be a little bit different for people that maybe hardcore study it, where I won't do as much talking.
Okay.
It's going to be more interview based. And so me using deep speech is not quite noted online, but it's other people. Like I will let, you know, Imran and all the people of Belvier speak it. And so I want to kind of gauge, again, content, engagement, comments, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. So you see that like as the HexNet begins to be like, as the Common Men Initiative starts in Belvier, like a couple, like we begin working our way a little bit further down the rungs of like who has Hex-Lights, and more content begins to show up with deep speech. And it's like, you notice that like over the 3 months, that content has sort of a like viewership starts low and begins to climb rapidly, because what you find in these comments is that there are like, it's all of these comments about like, I know nothing about this culture and this is very interesting. Like you're from foreign to faves like channels and all that starts gaining so much attention. Like amazing. It is really, you're driving it here. And so like, and that's also, you're getting that attention, not just overseas in your home, but here as well. And there's beginning to be a bit of a cross conversation, cross pollination. I want to pop back over to Ethereon. What are you looking to do in this time? Also, for clarification's sake, did Mylar, at the end of her sort of journey out to the Geomancers, tell Ethereon what she found out, you know, since that she sort of got that tip from him?
Oh, yeah. She would be like, oh, my God, thank you so much. That was amazing. Have you ever been out there yourself? And just like give you the whole spiel. Also kind of be like, what do you know about this magic? X, Y, and Z.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So Ethereon will be working on was essentially like trying to get these Hex-Lights as sort of a like public usage kind of thing, sort of like a public library almost.
Yeah, okay.
Of sort of having these places you can go to where you can use it to sort of like I used to go to the library.
Yeah, so you want to get like Hex-Light
and like
home.
they would have computers
so
that you could kind of use,
yeah,
and so
for
kind
sure.
of have it as something that's like open to the public, but like can receive donations. Might be sort of like you can spend this amount of money to get like this much access to it, so that it can sort of sustain itself.
So you're trying to basically get Hex-Light homes installed in a couple of different public access spaces.
And I would try to kind of, if I can, use sort of the lackeys that I have to sort of maybe refurbish some buildings to sort of have it, like, specifically for these things.
Yeah.
That my lackeys can more or less get paid from the like donations and the usage of the technology, and then in their free time have them start writing up articles about this geomancy stuff, seeing how there's sort of this magic that's sort of combination of all of them. Sort of start pushing out that sort of like content, bringing it more to the public eye.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So here's what I'm going to say. With that introduction of like, okay, getting those public spaces, go ahead and give me I'm going to call that an intelligence charisma check. Like no skills, but just both of the abilities.
27.
27. Not a nat 20. What was that, a 19?
19.
Okay. So for sure, I think you can absolutely get, especially with the fact that you like connected with Francis Mathieu, you can absolutely get that connection and use it as like a, hey, can we get like, I know you're here for Hex-Light implants. Can we get Hex-Light homes set up in like public spaces? And absolutely, you get a couple Hex-Light homes set up in like, effectively like a public library situation going. I'm thinking, so you get those set up. You also want to sort of spread that information about the magic, correct? Mm-hmm. Do you want to, you're not going to reach out to that tribe though. You want to just like put that in the public eye.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sort of have like get the information that I got from Mylar, have sort of my lackey start writing up articles about it.
Okay.
Just kind of pumping that out.
Sounds good.
Sort of, if there's any videos or anything that she's done about it, like send them their way to like sort of spam.
You do not have access to those videos unless Mylar gives them to you, which doesn't sound like she's doing. But you do have the ability to write articles. You also have the ability to, you have Francis, you could send in your own people to capture that tech or capture those videos. There's nothing saying that you can't do it.
I think that's probably what we would do.
Okay. I will say that is like, that's going to take up like probably 10 of you. Like you could probably spread them out and go to all 3 of those hotspots that you know about. But that will take probably most of your lackeys, like between the project of building the Hex-Light homes, between getting the film and photography and getting the journalism out of it, that'll take up all your lackeys probably for your time.
Right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do in those 3 months?
I think of just starting just some more articles. I think that might be more of Ethereum's like personally making them up.
Sounds good.
Just sort of like a more focusing less of just that this new kind of magic has been found, but of just like the nature of magic itself, just like the importance of it, sort of going under like pseudonym.
Gotcha. So sort of drawing away from the idea of this particular geomancy magic, but more like what is real magic?
What is real magic? What is it? What we have kind of commonplace now? Is it Hex-Light? Is that magic? Or is it something more powerful, something that should be more revered.
Yeah, if Ethereon's starting a blog.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Okay, great. I'm thinking Mylar. Is there anything else you'd like to be doing sort of in response to, okay, Hex-Lights are taking off. Also, you see appearing on the HexNet sort of videos and articles of the people that you had visited that you did not take and you did not post. And you get, firstly, you, as like one of the original users of Hex-Lights, you have like abilities to get the analytics of pages that you didn't create. So like you can get those background pages, and analytics. You know that these pages are pulling in lots of people. You know that a lot of the pull is in the Quadratica. Obviously, it's like numbers-wise, it's nothing compared to the numbers of the Throne Guard Concord in total, but in percentage, the percentage of Quadratica users who are accessing those articles is higher than the percentage of Concord users accessing those articles.
Okay.
You do also get a message from Sylvain. Basically just communicating, we know these aren't your videos. Who is making these? How are they hitting the web? The fact, like the quantity of deep speech that is hitting the web is a little disturbing for the Throne Guard Concord as a whole. However, for us, it's great. It's pulling us. We're getting a lot more out of this resource. It's like this conflicted of like, Concord society is going to change because of this. We're not necessarily mad as a company.
Okay. Great. There are, if I have the time,
Okay.
3 things I'd like to try and do. It would depend on, I would like to first pitch an idea to Eva that in Villamonde, we do basically kind of, for lack of a better term, a taste of Belvier. So it's like introducing some of the more, the culture from Belvier and like deep speech, like specific cultural things.
Okay.
But do like a gathering in, I would like to start with Villamonde and just kind of see the response. So I would totally promote it and all of that stuff, specifically using algorithms to try and get people in the Quadratica. But again, I like half testing what kind of pool do I have, but then also half testing like where does the interest lie in people wanting to connect more with like the deep speech and that culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that if Eva is down to like allow us to do that there. And then I would like to do a from foreign to fave video specifically of, I'll go back to the first tribe that I went to with the magic. Okay. And kind of do an in-depth kind of interview documentary of like, almost a little bit tasteless, but unknowingly, like if you've seen those documentaries where people are like, look at this primal tribe, and it's like, not quite, it's just like it could be a little bit more sensitive and nuanced. Tactful, but it's generalized to like pull in the masses, but that I want to post and see how it does outside of the Quadratica. I mean, obviously within it too, but I'm curious to see from the Throne Guard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what the Concord reception is of something like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then, I'll go and talk to my buddy here, Ethereon, about his articles and be like, I could have helped you. Like why did
Can we
collab?
Before we get there? So you want to introduce deep speech to Vimond,
Yes.
and sort of get the like, what's the vibe on that? They're taking, like, they're down. You know,
Great.
obviously, Eva is down. She's, she is a Jones, but like, her name is Eva, like, I forget what the exact, it's Eva Oñate Catalan. Like, that's a deep speech name. And so, like, their leaders already got that. They're like sort of introduced to it, and they're taking, like, that audience is taking to the idea of like, okay, yeah, sure, we could do some deep speech stuff. Then sending that doc back home, the documentary, they, like, you're looking at your home reception on that. As soon as your face is in front of it, it starts to get received better. And especially since you're putting the spin on it of, look at this primal tribe, like, they're already becoming more familiar with deep speech as a regular part of their culture. But you've put your face in front of it now, and you framed it in a way where it's like, okay, we're super receptive to this. So yeah.
Awesome.
Now go ahead and do this scene with Ethereon.
Okay.
And this will be also the last thing we do. And then we'll move to concealment.
Great. Yeah, so just, I love the articles you're putting out. Very interesting questions, very interesting concepts. I was just thinking maybe we could do a collab. I could help your numbers do so much better.
Yeah. Ethereum would be very much appreciative of that, and just sort of like presented as sort of like, this is more of a personal passion of like spreading the awareness of magic and sort of having a more deeper appreciation of it, and seeing if Mylar would want to take that and sort of present it to her audience and sort of have it as something of, as we sort of like, as you're here, maybe this is one of the things that you started to think about, or frame it in that sort of sense of like, as I've been here, I'm starting to ask, like, what is magic? And sort of kind of frame it as like, being here as being like informative, helping you understand this culture is now bringing up new questions, that sort of avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I also do an insight check just to see if like his motive of asking the question, like, what is magic, and diving deeper is actually legitimate?
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
is there an
100%.
underlying...
Go ahead, give me that insight check. Give me a deception or persuasion check, Ethereon. Don't tell us which.
I got a 16.
I got a natural 20 for a 26.
What does she believe in this moment? Does she believe it's a genuine belief?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
She would believe like this is the heart of what he does.
Cool.
Yep. So. All right. Concealment. Obviously, Mylar, I'm guessing you don't have anything you want to conceal. This is a pretty open, on the internet.
My life is, yeah, very, very open. Maybe... I'm going to hold off on like letting people know that, unless being an OV, it's like known that I also speak deep speech.
Well, so you've made it public that you are an OV. It's known that you speak deep speech. So yeah, like that's relatively common knowledge.
That's common. Okay, then nothing to conceal.
Anything from you, Ethereon?
I would probably try to conceal that the articles are all coming from me.
Okay, yeah.
And my people.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty much the only thing.
Yeah, for sure. Since you're doing it under a pseudonym, I'll give you advantage on the wisdom stealth check that you're going to make.
$13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Articles. So 13. All right. And then, Mylar,
Yes.
I just need you to do me a favor and roll 2d20s and add the totals together for me.
Okay. Oh
Ooh.
no. 24.
24. Thank you.
Oh no.
That's all. Before we end this episode, I do want to ask, is there anything people want to plug? Any current projects you're working on? Anything that should be coming out around the same time as this episode? Or anything that is coming out now that will be a little old but you still want to draw attention to? Just want to throw that. We all create things. Anything you guys want to plug?
Oh yeah, I do another podcast called the Multi Nerds Podcast, which Reese actually made the theme song for. So if you are, sorry, RK Fox made the theme song for. So
You can call me Reese. Both are technically my name. So
okay. But yeah, it's super fun. We just talk about super nerdy things: Harry Potter, Planet of the Apes, Pirates of the Caribbean. Nothing's off limits. So yeah, check it out.
Very good podcast. Sam, anything from you?
Not that I'm aware of. I got a lot of things in the works, but I don't know if any of them will actually exist yet, so...
I feel that. I feel that so much.
Stay tuned.
Well, in that case, thank you all for joining us. You're always welcome at the tavern, and come back next week, because this story is not over yet. We love you all. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.